Namaste children, welcome to today's class. Today we are going to discuss a new chapter, that is chapter number 10, circles. So the circles you are already familiar, you will learn the concepts related to circles, that is the terminology related to circle even in class 6th. But what we are going to discuss in this chapter is terminology related to the circle and properties of the circle in the form of theorems. Today we discuss the introduction of the circles, that is the terminology related to the circles. First of all, what is a circle? Can you say some of the shapes, some of the objects which are in the circular shape? Yes, buttons, shirt buttons, or coins, or wheels, like rings, or some of the examples where we can see they are in the round in shape. We call them as round in shape or circular shape. Now what is a circle? It is a collection of points, a group of points, a set of points from a fixed distance which are at fixed distance from a fixed point. A set of points which are at a fixed distance from a fixed point is known as a circle. That fixed distance is known as radius of the circle, and that fixed point is known as center of the circle. You see here, this is a fixed point. From this fixed point at fixed distance means same distance, equal distance, set of points, yes, like this set of points, a group of points or a collection of points which are at equidistance or which are at fixed distance from a point, a fixed point. By joining these points, we will get what? A geometrical figure. That geometrical figure is known as circle, and this fixed point is known as center of the circle. Center of the circle. And this fixed distance is known as radius of the circle. Radius of the circle. So here, what is radius? That is the length or the distance from center of the circle to any point on the circle is the radius. It is the radius, or it is the line segment drawn from center of the circle O to any point on the circle. So this is a circle. Circle is a collection of points which are from a fixed point at a fixed distance is known as a circle, and the fixed point is known as center. The fixed distance is known as radius of the circle. Now if we take a plane, yes, this is a plane. This plane, the circle divides the plane into three parts. The circle will divide the plane into three parts. That is, this part is there outside. This is called exterior part. Exterior part, outside circle. This is exterior part. And this will give you circle itself. Third part it is the circle itself, circular part. And inside we have here, this is interior part. So a plane figure is divided into three parts by a circle: exterior outside, interior inside, and the circle itself. Let for example point B. Where is point B? It is there outside the circle. Point Q outside the circle. Point A, it is on the circle. Point X on the circle. Point O on the circle. In the circle. That is interior. Where do this center lies? It lies in the interior part of the circle. Interior part of the circle. Now this is about radius, center of the circle. Now we will discuss the chord of a circle. Chords. Chord of a circle. Chord of a circle. What is a chord? Yes. Take any 2 points on the circle. Let A is one point, B is another point. Join the 2 points A to B. That is, the line segment drawn from one point to another point on the circle is known chord of the circle. The line segment drawn from one point to another point on the circle is known as chord. So this is AB is the chord of the circle. How many chords we can draw in a circle? Yes, we can draw infinite chords like this. We can draw infinite of the chords. Yes, let this is the center of the circle. O. So some chords are passing through the center of the circle. Yes. How many chords we can draw? Infinite chords we can draw. But you see, the chord PQ, it is passing through the center of the circle. This chord is known as, that chord is known as diameter of the circle. Diameter of the circle. What is diameter of the circle? The chord which passes through the center of the circle is known as diameter. The chord which passes through the center of the circle is known as diameter of the circle. Again, how many diameters we can draw? Again, this is infinite number of diameters we can draw. See, all these chords are passing through the center of the circle. So, infinite diameters we can draw, infinite chords we can draw. Now, you see, measure the length, compare the length of AB and compare the length of PQ, compare the length of XY. XY, this is XY. So, if you observe their lengths, the chord which is passing through the center, that is diameter, is the longest chord. Longest chord. So what we can do, how can we define the diameter once again? The longest chord of the circle is known as diameter. The longest chord of the circle is known as diameter. Now each chord divides a circle into two parts. Yes, chord AB is dividing it into two parts. This is one part. This is one part, and this is the other part. The same diameter PQ, diameter PQ will divide the circle into two equal parts, and each equal part is known as a semicircle. It is known as semicircle. Now, the total length of the boundary line of the circle is known as circumference of the circle. Circumference of the circle. So what is circumference of the circle? The total length, the total boundary length of the circle is known as circumference of the circle. So this is about the circumference, diameter, and if you measure this diameter, length of the diameter will be 2 times the radius. That is, diameter D is 2 times of radius. 2 times of radius, or radius is half of the diameter. If radius is 4 centimeters, diameter will be 8 centimeters. If radius is 3 centimeters, diameter will be 6 centimeters. Or if the diameter is 5 centimeters, then radius will be 2.5 centimeters. 2.5 centimeters. So it is about the circumference, radius, and all those things. Now, a piece of the circle is known as arc of the circle. Let us consider A. This is A, and here it is B. A piece of the circle. This piece is known as arc of the circle. What is this? It is arc of the circle. Arc of the circle. And the remaining piece, this is BA or AB. This is also an arc. As its length is bigger or this length is larger, more, this arc is known as major arc, and this arc is known as minor arc. Minor arc. This is minor arc. Arc AB is minor arc. Arc BA, or it takes some point ACB, is known as, this is major arc. Major arc. Major arc and minor arc. Next, segment of a circle. Segment of a circle. Let it is point center of the circle O and chord AB. Chord AB, the region occupied by, the region between the chord of a circle and any one of its arc and the corresponding arc. See, this is the arc and this is the chord. Now this space is known as segment. This space is known as what? Segment. Segment of the circle. What about this remaining space? It is also a segment because chord BA and this is one more arc. It is bounded by another arc. So now this space is also what it is? A segment. This is known as major segment. Major segment. And it is known as minor segment. Minor segment, as its area is less, it is called minor segment. As its area is more, and that is called major segment. Now we have the last one. It is the sector of a circle. Yes, this is center of a circle, and consider the arc AB. The end points of the arc AB are joined by the two radius of the circle. Now this space is known as sector of a circle. Sector of a circle. And angle A would be, this angle is known as sector, angle of the sector. So what is sector of a circle? Sector of a circle, it is the region or the circular region which is bounded by an arc where the two end points of the arc are joined by two radius. That region is known as sector. So this is also an arc and the two radius are joined. So this portion is also what? A sector. That is also a sector because this area is more, and this is called major sector. Major sector, and this is called the minor sector. As its area is less, it is called minor sector. And this is the angle. Angle formed by the sector at the center is known as angle of the sector. Angle of the sector. So this is the terminology related to the circle. Is that clear, children? Now the key points what we discussed is the collection of all points in a plane which are at a fixed distance from a fixed point in the plane is called a circle. The fixed point is called center of the circle, and the fixed distance is called radius of the circle. Now you see this picture. This is a circle whose center is O, and the radius is OB is the radius, and this is the line segment drawn from center of the circle to point P on the circle. So here P, point O, that is center of the circle, is a fixed point. And the distance from O to P or any point on the circle, even you take Q, OQ, or even you take OR. So all these distances are same. It is a fixed distance, equal distance. That's why it is called the radius. Radius of the circle. Now, a circle divides a plane on which it lies into three parts. So let this is a plane, and we have a circle. The circle is dividing that plane into three parts. They are it is an exterior part outside the circle. Exterior means outside the circle, and on the circle, that is the circle itself, and inside the circle, that is interior part. Inside the circle is interior part. Now the line segment drawn from one point to another point on the circle is called a chord of a circle. So let's see, this is a circle. In the circle, this is point P and it is point Q. So join these two points, we'll get a line segment. I'm sorry. So we'll get a line segment that is PQ. The PQ line segment which is drawn from point P to point Q is called the chord of the circle. How many chords we can draw in a circle? Infinite chords we can draw in the circle. See now, the chord which passes through the center of the circle is called the diameter of the circle. See here, AB is a chord and it is passing through the center of the circle. That chord is known as diameter. And if you measure the length of the chords of the circle, we will find the diameter is the longest chord. It means its length is the longest. So diameter is nothing but the longest chord of the circle, or the chord which passes through the center of the circle is known as diameter. So even in the circle we can draw infinite diameters. Infinite diameters we can draw or infinite chords we can draw. Now see here, the diameter is twice the radius of the circle. See, OB is the radius and OA is the radius. By adding these two, you get 2 times radius, which is diameter. So diameter is 2 times the radius. In this figure, AOB, this is the diameter, and PQ is the chord of the circle. Now, see, the total length of the circle is called circumference of the circle. See, this is the total length of this boundary length of this is known as circumference of the circle. Now, a piece of circle between 2 points is called an arc. See, let 2 points P and Q. This piece of the circle is known as an arc. The remaining piece, that is PQ, PQR, PRQ, this is also an arc, but it is a longer arc. It is called the major arc, and this is the shorter arc, and it is called the shorter arc. That is minor arc. Longer arc is called the major arc, and the shorter arc is called the minor arc. Here PQ is the shorter arc, and it is called the minor arc, whereas PRQ, this total is the major arc. Now, the region between a chord and either of its arcs is called a segment of the circle. The region between a chord, this is the chord, and this chord is divided into circle 2 parts, that is 2 arcs. Either of the arcs is 2 arcs. AB is one arc, and this is again one more arc, that is BAR, AB. You can see some point C. Point C here, like this. So this space, this region is known as segment, and even this is also segment. Here, this segment is formed with the major arc, and this segment is known as major segment. And here this segment is formed with minor arc, and this segment is known as minor segment. So what is minor segment? The segment with minor arc is called minor segment. The segment with major arc is called major segment. Now, the region between an arc and the 2 radii joining to the center of the circle, joining to the center, to the end points of the circle, is called sector of the circle. See this picture? This O is the center of the circle, and AB is the arc. The end points of the arc, that is A and B, are joined to the center, that is at 2 radii. This region is known as sector of the circle. Sector of the circle. So again here it is minor arc is there. That's why it is called minor sector, and this is called the major sector. A sector with minor arc is called minor sector, or a sector with major arc is known as major sector. Or in terms of area, a sector with major arc is known as larger area is known as major sector. A sector with a smaller area is known as the minor sector. So this is about the introduction of the circle, that is the terminologies related to the circle and its parts. In the next class we will discuss that is the properties of circle. Properties of circle we will discuss in the next class. Is it clear, children?